Hi guys, Smith Clay, welcome to the 9th round of the XRL Formula C League, and today I'm at Zolder. Now last round at Silverstone I finished in 2nd place, which obviously ain't bad, but I'd have liked the win. I pitted from the lead because I didn't save enough fuel, and that meant Jerome took the win. He did a much better job on the strategy. He saved fuel, which meant he didn't have to pit, so really I think he won the race by about 19 seconds in the end, which obviously weren't representative of the result, but he did a much better job and he deserved the win. But on to today's race. Hopefully I can get a good result here. It's not a track that I like, but I also didn't do much practice around here, but I actually spent a little bit of time practicing on the GT3 cars, and then all that practice went to race because I didn't race because of poor connection, or whatever it was. I can't even remember now, but anyway, on to qualifying. So entering turn 4, exiting turn 4 I believe. So now heading down the straight, turn 5, the chicane, clean chicane, take it quite aggressively there. So now turn 6, which is boot, so gear, now shift down in between them two curbs into the chicane. Bit tricky this is to get good speed. Now this is pretty tricky, this part. So now heading through down to turn 8, although it don't really sound right on the track map I'm looking at, but apparently this is turn 8. Now turn 9, now heading into turn 10, which is a chicane, and trying to now get a good exit and heading towards the line to do a 23.5, which got me 2nd place. I also apologise if you can hear the audio, I think it's out, but anyway, I qualified in 2nd place, 4 tenths off Davey G, which did a really good time of a 23.1. I think I was 2 tenths ahead of Fireopen in 3rd, who finished 3rd, Rubio 4th, Troiello 5th, so Jerome I think was 6th, so my championship rival's in 6th place, so decent, but let's hope he finishes there and I finish 2nd. But anyway, on to the start now. Green lights go, lights out, and away we go here for the 9th round of the season. And Fireopen got an absolute terrific start, but then he goes wide onto the gravel, and that's going to get me back 2nd place. And now just really trying to follow Davey G obviously round, but Davey G had a really good qualifying time, and I think he's got pace in hand over me and the cars behind, but we'll see how it goes in this race. Obviously it's a long race, 27 laps, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this Grand Prix. But only got a 3/10, 4/10 gap to Jerome, but then entering the chicane, exiting the chicane, I gained a lot of time on Jerome, so I don't know what happened, if he made a mistake, but the gap's quite decent, 1.8. so skipping on to lap 8 now, and the gap went up to 9 seconds, but this is where the fun and games began, and made a mistake there on the entry of the chicane, which the chicanes are pretty tricky around here, easy to lose it, but that cost me a few seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, which obviously was very frustrating. And then lap 11 again, this one I had trouble with turn 4 all day long, touched the curb, threw him into the gravel, and yeah, I mean, this race was absolutely dreadful for me, I've got to be honest, absolute dreadful. Not one of my greatest, as you'd probably guessed. And then 21, and made another mistake on the exit, and dips me into the gravel, can't get out the gravel, and lose the time. And really, I've only got myself to blame, and what was the typical part about it was I actually had more pace than Jerome. Every time I made a mistake I pulled away from him, but then I made a mistake again. And then, obviously, as you guess, Jerome was right up my backside, so I didn't have a opportunity to save fuel. Maybe I should have let him through to save fuel and focus on the fuel saving, but to be honest, I didn't realise I ran out of fuel till too late, really. And that also cost me 3rd, 4th. So frustrating, but that's just the way it is. I think if I never made the mistakes as well, I could have focused on the fuel more, but when Jerome was right up my backside, I thought I've got to really focus on trying to keep 2nd place, which wasn't the best idea in hindsight, but you know, I would have done the same again, really, to be honest, but I'd have just tried to save a bit more fuel, but that was the only, well, it was just disappointing even watching it back now. Really bad, but and Jerome's gained 10 points in me in the championship, which was typical, but hopefully Monaco can have a good result. I mean, I don't think it can get any worse, although Monaco's pretty tricky with the barriers quite tight, so it's quite a tight circuit, so it's going to be very tricky, but hopefully I can have a decent result. But anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.